And now, ABC's Bachelor in Paradise, After Paradise.
I'm Michelle Collins, he's Sean Lowe, Bachelor royalty, and we're your hosts of After Paradise. Now, first of all, we want to thank Papa Bear Chris Harrison for letting us sit here tonight. Chris, we love you so much. Sean, are you excited for the show?
Are you kidding me? There is so much good stuff going on. Can't wait to get into it.
I mean, it's week 2 in Bachelor in Paradise. The fallout from Hurricane Chad still looms over us all, and we're here to talk about it. Welcome to After Paradise Live. Blow your mind. And America, we want to hear from you. Now, I know you guys have thoughts and questions, so please call us at 1-844-ROSE-TALK. Cheers to you. You could speak with us live or tweet us using the hashtag Bachelor in Paradise, and we could use your comments and questions on the air. Or go to abc.com/AfterParadiseLive to vote on our polls and play along at home. Please do it. abc.com After Paradise Live, because we have some great polls. Sean, you're not just a co-host tonight. You're also my security because Chad is here. Let's discuss.
Oh, the Chad Bear. Here's what we don't want to do. We don't want to anger the Chad Bear. So we've got our plate of assorted deli meats here.
That's right.
Let's just keep feeding him, keep kind of tossing him at his face.
Yes.
As we're interviewing. Let's just keep the Chad Bear happy.
I wanted to be a little afraid of him because it kind of does it for me. But we're big fans of the show. I'm not a normal person, but like you guys at home, we actually don't know what happens because we're watching along with you. And there's a lot of speculation out there this season. There were already rumors and spoilers about who's together. Like, I saw a picture of Josh and Amanda at Target. I was like, y'all didn't call me?
Yeah, so are we to assume that they end up together? They're engaged? Are they shopping for home goods at Target? What's happening?
I mean, have you ever been to Target with someone you didn't love?
No.
Exactly. It's a very stressful environment. What have you seen and heard?
Well, I've also heard that 3 couples are engaged. So if Josh and Amanda are one, who are the other 2? I don't know.
Oh my God, it's Jorge, maybe Jorge. It's so much fun. And by the way, I love Jorge, call me. And by the way, can I just say congratulations on your brand new baby?
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I'm a little biased, but I think he's the most adorable little boy in the world.
No, I only like cute kids, and I'm in love. I'm very spoiled. So being a new dad is working out?
It's working out great.
Okay, maybe we'll see him later. I hear he might be making an appearance. Now, joining us right now is our very first celebrity superfan of the season. She's an Academy Award-winning screenwriter and a huge Bachelor fan, Diablo Cody.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Diablo,
I'm very excited to be here.
Very honored to have you here.
Well, I am honored to be here. I'm ready for Hurricane Chad to just wash over me. Yeah, bring him in. Bring him in.
What have you heard about this season? Any spoilers?
No, I do my best to avoid spoilers because you have to understand this is my entire life. So if it were ruined for me, it might send me into a chasm of despair.
That's you won an Oscar, Chasm of Despair. Like that. That's really amazing.
So yeah, I have to stay in the dark.
Well, I think we should get right into it because we have our very first After Paradise castaway here, and I've never met her. I'm so excited. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jubilee here. Hi.
How are you guys? I'm very excited to meet you.
You look gorgeous.
Thank you.
You really look good. Finish your meat. I'll just kill time.
And Jubilee, on behalf of everybody, thank you for serving our country.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
And I have to say that I was a bigger fan when I heard you make that Lord of the Rings reference on your date with Jared.
Oh my gosh.
You spoke to me. What happened with you guys on your date?
Well, it was kind of weird. I had this little crush on Jared. I hadn't met him or anything, so I asked him out on a date, and we had a good time. It was very nerdy. It was perfect. And, we hit piñatas and talked about Lord of the Rings, and we had a lot of fun.
A clown on you guys.
Yeah.
I forgot about the clown.
Yeah.
Oh. It's really scary. You could sue ABC for that. You didn't hear it from me. I'm joking. Don't. Jubilee, do you think, because now Jared is with Emily. We saw him with one of the twins. She was begging for a makeout, which we've all been there, let's be honest. Do you think that they're a good match with each other?
I think that because I know her, she's very outgoing. She has this huge personality, and I think she maybe needs somebody who can match her in that.
See,
just
I'm
has a bigger
watching this. I
personality.
thought you were a better fit because, no offense to Emily, it seems like you have more depth, and it seems like that's someone that Jared would go after. But, I mean, were you a little surprised he went that route?
No, I was not, because after going on a date with Jared, it was a lot of fun, but I did realize that we weren't really a good fit, and it was okay. But That's what
fine,
happened,
and that's fair. What about the Nick, Josh, and Amanda Love triangle? Because this is so big this week. Where do you stand on that?
I am a huge Nick fan. I adore him, but I'm also Team Amanda. So
why didn't you go for Nick if you're such a big fan? Because girl, he's there looking real good.
That's a good-looking man.
He's hot and he's really tall.
Right?
I love Nick so much.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Nick and I have like a very good, cute friendship. You didn't really get to see it, but like when me and him hang out, it's just like such a good friendship vibe, you know?
Hey,
we joke around, and it's like we'd be best friends.
Being there in person, watching Josh and Amanda make out, Josh moaning, which was really disturbing to watch. But what is that? Seems awkward for them to be making out in front of everybody else, and especially Nick.
I think they have a lot of physical attraction, and that's big, you know, when it comes to a relationship. So I think he's really into it and she's really into it, and I don't think they should have to filter that because they're on TV.
I would like them to filter it a little bit. The moaning
yeah,
was
it's
a lot.
uncomfortable.
The moaning was a lot for me.
It's uncomfortable for us, but at the same time, they're really into it.
They're into it. Well, we have a caller who's also into it. Jordan from Poplarville, Mississippi. Hi, Jordan. What's your question?
Hey, I just wondered if y'all thought it was wrong on Amanda's part to make out with Josh in front of Nick.
See, right
There you
there.
go.
I mean, we kind of just answered that. But for me, I didn't think it was wrong. I'm like, look, it's a fair game in paradise. You know what I mean? Like, you go for the one who comes after you. So I actually got to give her credit for it. What do you think?
Give the poor guy a heads up. You know, say, hey, I'm vibing Josh more. We might be making out here shortly.
Give a heads up. Be like, BRB, making out, away message, AOL. All right, listen, while some couples flourished in paradise, others floundered. And here's a deleted scene that shows the tragic aftermath of Carly and Evan's hot pepper date.
Tonight's date was epic and crazy. It feels really cool to have, you know, a one-on-one finally.
I'm not trying to be rude. Like, do you mind letting me just kind of be, like, sick alone?
No?
I'm laying there, overheating. He takes the ice off my head. He takes all of the cold rags off of my body. He takes his, like, hot body and rubbing his hot hand on my face.
You're like the most beautiful throw-upper I've ever seen.
Okay.
I'm so horrified. I watch Evan like this. Like, I can't really watch him. Are you an Evan fan, Diablo?
I'm the future Mrs. Evan Bass. Right? Like, he could be like fourth husband material. I love him, and I feel like he was mistreated. It's not fair.
Do you think Carly mistreated him?
I actually think it was more villainous than anything Chad's ever done, because she did it in her talking head. She went on a date with him and then was talking about how disgusting it was, and it's like, at least be upfront with the dude.
No, I like Carly. I like what she did. Okay, we have our very first poll. Bachelor Nation, it's time to find out what you think at home. So tell us, what was the dirtiest deed in paradise this week? Was it Josh stealing Amanda, Carly swerving on Evan, Amanda ghosting Nick, or Chad's angry exit? I know what I think it is. Diablo, just what do you think it is? I mean, you kind of just said it.
Angry exit?
Yeah. It has to be angry exit.
Yeah.
What was dirtier? Jubilee, what do you think?
I definitely think the Carly and Evan situation was the dirtiest deed.
Dirtier than Chad's mimosa and robe line?
Who's Chad?
Girl. You're bringing it there, and I like where you're at.
That's the thing. I'm like so over it. He's like, you know, yesterday's paper. He's such old news. Like, I'm over it.
Well,
like,
Sean, what
move
about you?
Chad, one thing you don't do, you don't curse at the Godfather himself, Chris Harrison. Chad's angry exit.
Oh, my God. Well, we are locked in with the result, and 57% of you think Josh stealing Amanda was the dirtiest deed. Wow, that's really crazy. Now, listen, coming up, gird your loins and hide your meat, because Chad himself is going to be here. I'm freaking out. Live on this stage to discuss his exit. I'm terrified. You should be, too. We'll see you in a few.
Hey, Bachelor Nation, it's Nick. As a Bachelor vet, I'm going to give you a little behind-the-scenes tour of the Paradise grounds. We are here at the pool bar. We have our dining room table here where thousands of pizzas and chicken quesadillas get eaten by Josh every day. This is the place where you get your first opportunity to see some of your Bachelor fan favorites get half naked and start making some inappropriate decisions. Some Some of you might remember this place as the scandalous hookup spot for Joe and Samantha last season, but we have been reassured that the CDC has come in with a hazmat team and cleaned it up thoroughly.
I keep hearing Senor Chad is coming, and I hear really, really bad stuff about him. This guy is pretty big. He cannot hold his alcohol.
Now you're making me want to throw your ass down. I will.
He's very rude.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, that. Oh.
He doesn't even look at you in the eyes. He doesn't say please. He doesn't say thank you.
No.
You know what? He got like a huge idiota.
I just want to talk to him.
Ay, Dios mío, ay.
Oh, boy. Welcome back to After Paradise. I'm here with Sean, Diablo, and Jubilee. Sean, did you have a chance to meet Chad backstage?
No, and I cannot wait to meet him.
Can I be honest? I'm not even just saying this. My heart is actually racing like I'm on the verge of an attack. I'm not being funny. Are you guys ready for this? Yeah! Okay, this is real. All right, it's time to bring out the only thing I'm more afraid of than Zika virus. It's Chad. Bring him out. You were like a Terminator-level robot sent back from the future. It's just great to see you.
I'm a real human,
You're
unfortunately.
Real. You really
unfortunately.
What happened that night? Let's begin there.
I mean, to be honest, I drank a lot, you know? I showed up. I thought I could open up and just kind of like let life be. And whenever I connect with somebody, it's like, it's a mutual, like, let's go ahead and let's let things happen.
Sure.
And I thought me and Lace were on the same team, and eventually if I did get too drunk, she'd say something about, like, just go to bed. But there was, unfortunately, in the middle of that whole scenario, kind of a weird stopping point in which she started being more aware of what people thought than what was happening with us.
You made a connection with Lace right off the bat, which can I just say I predicted because you two are basically meant for each other. But what was it about her? Like when you first met her, was it her eyes, the extensions? Like how were you feeling?
No, honestly, I mean, before it all started airing, we talked a little bit. And, you know, I saw she was a little crazy on Ben's season. And I thought...
Like Joe and Sam talked right before their season. You were like tweeting?
Right, yeah. I mean, we'd messaged a bit. I mean, I waited till the very last minute, till like a couple days before, but I kind of got a feel for her.
You were attracted to the crazy.
I
pulled you in a little bit.
I didn't, like, well, I thought it was like, okay, it's a TV thing. They made her out to be crazy, but in reality, she just doesn't care what people think.
There is some connection in that Venn diagram, just so you know.
Right.
Like crazy and not caring what people think. It does.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a weird scenario. So I showed up and I thought I could kind of, you know, let's do whatever. Let's make this about us. And everybody else just followed us around and watched us. And I think she noticed that they were following us around, and she became more aware and more caring about what they were thinking and how that could respond to what was happening than about what was actually happening with
In the beginning, it looked like you were trying to match her crazy because she was bringing it there at the beginning, right?
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'm giving you what you want, right? Like, we're having fun. I thought she could give it back.
But where do you think it went wrong? Because if you were getting that at the beginning, do you think it was like in the hot tub when you were basically thrashing her around? Like, what do you think? Where do you think it went wrong?
She was laughing at that point. I mean, we were having fun with it.
We were frolicking like puppies. It was like harmless kitten play.
It was like a drunk puppy is adorable, by the way.
It was kind of an unspoken, like, no holds barred, do what you want, say what you want. And then all of a sudden it switched to, like, you can't say that anymore. You can't do that. And that's when I was just like, well, wait, what's going on?
And that's probably where you were drinking a little bit more, which we saw. Do you remember, when you woke up the next morning spooning a crab, do you remember anything that happened the night before?
Well, first off, I woke up naked, okay? I spooned the crab for a while, and then I was naked.
Yeah. But do you remember, like, did you remember, were you embarrassed?
No, I mean, I wasn't embarrassed at all. I mean, I just thought, like, okay, well, let's go in and just kind of, like, pretend like nothing happened, like things ended well.
Like, it's such a great way to live. I wish I knew how to be that way. Just
maybe if I pretend like it didn't happen, they won't remember anything.
It's like Men in Black, like you erased your brain. When Chris Harrison came in and he's like, hey, everyone, get together, like prayer circle, you know. What did you think it was about? Like, did you have any clue as to what
I just thought he was going to say something about, like, here's a date card, or like, hey, have a great day.
What a great impression.
You know? Like,
spot on, Chris Harrison.
Yeah. You know?
Jubilee, Chad, you were there, right? Or that morning? Or
no, I was there that morning. I was on my date the night that this all happened. So Chris Harrison got us all together. And I had heard about this all going down, and I thought it was funny. And I was trying not to laugh the whole time this was happening. And then I watched it, and I was like, this isn't very funny at all.
When you were there, did you, between us, pretend Chad's not here, did you think it was an intervention? Because that was my thing. I was like, are they going to, like, help him? No offense.
I was kind of with Chad. I was like, oh, it's going to be a surprise date card.
Oh my
and
gosh.
then
yeah, with Betty Ford. All right, we have we have one of the most controversial reality show villains of all time here to weigh in. This is actually very exciting. It's the very esteemed Spencer Pratt via Skype. Bring him up. Everyone, give a clap.
There he is.
Spencies.
I am so honored to be involved in this magic, so thank you for having me.
We are so honored to have you. I'll be real. You have a bromance, right, together? What's that about? What do you like so much about Chad?
I just feel like Chad, no one's given Chad a chance, and I feel like, everyone was against him from day one because of his muscles. Everyone was all insecure. He had the bigger muscles. And you know what? I would be insecure next to those muscles too, so I see where they're coming from also. But I just felt like everyone was just Chad, Chad, Chad. And I know when everyone was always attacking me, you turn into like, oh, you want to play at that level? I'll go at that level. So I think if people had, let Chad's personality have a chance and understand it's humor. Like, I have friends that are former Marines, and it's Marine barrack humor. A lot of his stuff, it's off the fly, and I just feel so bad that he's so villainized. Like, I sought out after being the villain. I think he's just sitting into the role of being villain because he's been pushed in it. But I think if JoJo had given him a chance, I think Jordan would be trying to do hosting somewhere on some sideline.
I feel like you're rewinding the clock. Listen, by the way, that's a great gig. You're rewinding the clocks a little too far. P.S. Love the beard. Here's another question. Are you guys going to hang out? Is there a Cheesecake Factory date in your future? What is going to happen between you two?
I wanted to take him to Don Antonio's on Saturday, but you guys had them all, Bachelor had them all locked down, and,
he was in my basement, for the record. Just in case you're wondering. Well, Spencer, you are fabulous. Love to Heidi. Thank you so much for being here. A pleasure
my
to
pleasure.
have you. Oh, my gosh. That's nice. I like that. Listen, when we return, things are actually going to get nuts because Lace and Chad will meet again. Reunited, and it feels so bad. We'll be right back. Joining me, Sean, Diablo, Chad, and Jubilee, possibly the world's most awkward cocktail party. I'm having a blast. Now listen, words cannot describe, seriously, how excited I am to meet our next guest. Sean, are you excited as I am?
I've been waiting for this for so long. Chad tells a convincing story over here. Waiting to hear Lace's side of it.
Ooh, girl, I cannot wait. Please give it up. Here she is. It's Lace. Oh, my God. That's nice. Okay, first of all, I just want to say, loving the hair.
Thank you.
Like, love the length. You are gorge, and honestly, I'm furious. It's fine. Now, Lace, take us through that night.
Okay.
Like for you.
The first night was very messy and rough. It was one of those things where, he had messaged me before Paradise, and I was choosing not to talk to anyone before.
On Twitter?
Instagram.
Oh, he slid into your DM.
He slid into my DM, and
What they say.
and I put an end to that real quick. But no, I just said I want to choose Paradise to get to know someone. And as soon as we met, we started poking at each other immediately. There were some things that not everyone saw. And as soon as you put alcohol in the mix, him and I just we didn't work, right? Obviously, you saw oil and water. And there at the end of the night, I noticed that I was starting to go back to the old Lace, and I had been working on myself, and that was not what I was choosing to do for Paradise. That's why I wasn't going to go. And I chose to sober up right away, and I'm proud of myself by the end of the night, but it just was a mess of a night. Like, it was a messy situation.
I have to say, yeah.
It's awesome that you want to maybe put the old Lace aside, but Chad's going to bring the party, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of sought Chad out from the very beginning.
He's as good at drinking as I am, so.
Good. I don't know if I'd say they're good at it. Anyway, we'll get to that another day. I'd say you're like, we'll talk. Chad, you said that you don't remember anything about that night.
That's true. I'll tell you, I'm going to drop this bomb right now real quick.
Oh, boy.
We did not, there was no, you put an end to that. We talked up until literally I was locked up in the hotel, and they handed
That's okay. That's fine.
Oh, my God. Guys, don't break the fourth wall again. It's bothering me. But listen, Chad, you've actually pointed fingers at everybody, on the show, except for yourself.
I'm just calling everybody out. Hey,
well, you blame him for your actions, but I just want to say Lace may have been the actual only person in paradise who was looking out for you. We have some deleted scenes. Let's take a look at them.
Keep going.
Let's go sit in that chair.
Chad's got some work. Chad. I'm worried about that guy.
You're a good guy. You mean well.
You're such
Why do you call people?
You know I love you.
Do you? You're hammered. You don't you don't even know what you're saying right now. The last thing I need is to be with a crazy person. Not happening. Do you know that you're acting out, Chad? Do you know that this is going to be a huge scene tomorrow? I don't think Chad's self-aware. I do not think he's self-aware yet. Chad, you've got to fix this problem.
Well, what do we do about it?
You're going to fix it. I'm on your side.
Just relax. All right? Shut up.
Okay, good night.
I mean, what do you have to say? She was trying to help you, and like.
What was she trying to help me with? Honestly, it just sounded like I was like, what? What do you want me to do? And she was like, you need to fix this. I'm like, well, what do I need to fix? Like.
What did he need to fix?
Yeah, what was I supposed to fix?
Were you not trying to tell him, like, hey, let's just pump the brakes a little bit before you go too far?
Because were you not trying to come to Paradise and trying to redeem yourself as well? Like,
I'm not trying to redeem myself. I don't care whether people think I'm a good person
well,
or a
that's
bad
fine,
person.
then,
That was not my whole plan. I'm not pulling a Nick Vial here and being like, I'm a good person now. Please like me. I'm not trying to pawn some teeth whitener on Instagram. Like, I just showed up.
Listen, this show is not sponsored, okay? We won't go there, Chad, all right? But by the way, give it 2 years and you'll be pawning like all kinds of meats and things, you know.
Yeah.
You know what 2 years has in store for you, so please think before you speak. But now, are you guys, there is no redemption here for either of you, right? Like, you'll never be friends. This is over.
Never.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Well, we have a caller on the line, Zach from Marietta, Georgia. Hi, Zach, what's your question?
Hi. Hey, Lace, do you think that Chad deserves a second shot in Paradise?
No, Chad does not deserve to be back on any sort of Bachelor show again.
Ooh. I mean, don't you feel like you got a second chance, so maybe he deserves like a fifth chance?
Thank you.
Like Nick. Wants to work on himself, you know?
No, I don't. I mean, I chose Bachelor as my chance to redeem myself. I got off track, veered back, and I just don't think he cares about anyone but himself. So.
Well, let's be honest. Everything that I did was egged on by her. If she didn't want to do the whole pushing, shoving, joking thing, I would never have done that.
But who wants to do pushing, shoving, swinging?
Exactly.
Pushing.
Why do you gotta get violent and verbally abusive? How is that okay?
You were joking. You loved it.
I take responsibility. No, it wasn't. The whole time I didn't enjoy it, but I still find you attractive, and I had alcohol in my system, so I chose. Yeah, but I'm not
laughing and you were loving it.
There, at times I was, but then you started getting a little aggressive, and it was too much. Because it's okay.
You flipped a switch because you realized
because you started
would rather
shoving
have
me. There was
Bachelor Nation.
I'm not going to argue with
and
you.
all
okay?
the other contestants on your side.
With you.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm talking at you more than I'm talking with you right now.
Okay. But like, to be honest, who wouldn't love? I got money. I got money.
I have to say, when you say it, I like it. I'm like, wait, you know, when anyone says they got money, I listen in. Well, believe it or not, things are actually going to get more awkward because the woman who went to Paradise for Chad but never got to meet him is here. Leah joins us after the break. But first, while our group may be well-versed in love, they surprisingly aren't that great with vocab words. Take a look.
This is not the time to be glib. I don't know what that means, but it's probably not the time to do that.
Chad doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words that are coming out of Chris Harrison's mouth.
Glib? What's that?
Glib?
I don't know what that is.
Beef jerky? It's not like talking to a rock. It's more like talking to a plant.
13.
I mean, I know Spanish, but not well enough.
G-L-I-B.
You know, I struggled through reading a lot.
Welcome back. I'm here with Sean, Diablo, Chad, Jubilee, and Lace. Sean, we're halfway through the show. How do you think it's going?
Well, I think it's going great, and I feel a lot of sexual tension in this area over here.
Over here.
I think it's just going to increase as the show continues
You
to
might
move
be
along.
misreading it because, Diablo, what's happening over here?
You guys don't even understand. Like, this is, for me, as a Bachelor superfan, this is so incredibly intense. Like, they're having, like, real, actual fights here. Like, this is, like, the real deal. And listening to them, like, argue during the break, I am loving it. Like, it is, this is crazy. This is, like, my wish come true.
Like, I'll be honest, I want to go out after so I can, like, witness it. It's like Tony and Tina's wedding. Like, you're there in person.
It's immersive theater, and I'm in it, man.
All right, so it turns out there's one woman who came to Paradise just for Chad, and that definitely didn't work out for her. Take a look at this deleted scene of her entrance.
I cannot believe I'm finally here in Paradise. I really hope that Chad is here. Does anybody know where Chad is?
He's gone.
I feel kind of blindsided because I was expecting Chad and I didn't have a plan B. I didn't even have a chance to try. I didn't even meet him. Chad. It's Leah.
Leah who?
Leah Block.
I think it's time these two lovebirds finally meet. Leah, come on out. Welcome to After Paradise.
Thank you for having
Loving the jumpsuit.
Thank you.
Leah, did Paradise didn't really go well for you, but you basically bombed. I say that with love. What happened?
Yeah. You know, I definitely went into this with an open mind, just like I did The Bachelor. And I think going into it, I had talked to Chad before the show. And I kind of just took advantage of as much time as I could before, because I know it's not very long that we have together. And I was definitely disappointed when I found out that he wasn't there.
So you say you went into it with an open mind, but you put a lot of your eggs in the old Chad basket.
Yeah,
right?
you're right. No, you're right. I did. Yeah, but maybe too many.
We were all disappointed, just FYI. I wanted to see that happen.
I think so. You know, you were angry when you found out that Lace and Chad had hooked up before you got there, right?
You know, I wasn't surprised. I figured that Lace would probably, you know, I kind of know Lace's type, and I wasn't surprised, but I was disappointed. Yeah, I was
Here's
bummed.
something that I heard. So you guys were talking before the show. Were you also DMing with Chad before Paradise?
Oh yes, very much so.
Ooh, girl, what was he saying to you? When he slid into your DMs,
nothing.
give me an energy. Like, what does he say?
No, just actually it was great. It was great conversation. You know, I definitely didn't see any sort of crazy side or whatever. I really enjoyed talking to him, and I was excited to meet him.
Well, I think we all are, frankly. But we have a caller on the line, Catherine from Warren, New Jersey. Hi, Catherine. What's your question?
Hi, Leah. Do you think you were given a fair shot in Paradise, being that you got there so soon before the rose ceremony?
No. I mean, I would have loved to stay. I wish that I could have met the other guys that, you know, continue to get there week after week. But I think things happen for a reason, and, you know, I hope people find love.
Watching your date with Nick, though, it looked like you guys were hitting it off, right? And you were definitely feeling him right off the bat.
I was feeling the tequila.
Okay.
But no, we had a great time. Honestly, it couldn't have been better, and it was my first and only one-on-one, so I'm glad I took him, and we had yeah, he's great.
All right, well, listen, it's time for Bachelor Nation to tell us what you think. So what was Chad's biggest mistake? Was it texting two women, drinking too much, insulting Sarah, or being glib? Diablo.
As the one person who knows the meaning of the word glib, no. Actually, what I'm going to say is I think probably drinking too much. Having spent 70% of my life blackout, I understand. And, like, yeah, it's a mistake.
Jubilee, what do you think is biggest mistake?
As a grown woman who can handle her alcohol, I'm not going to go with that answer. I'm going to go with probably insulting Sarah for something she has no control over.
That's right. Sean, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you guys can get away with almost anything in Bachelor in Paradise, but my man Chad, you can't call Sarah a one-armed bitch. That's terrible, man.
Yeah, and I do want to clear that up. Here's the thing with that, you know, I feel really bad about, you know, that's something she can't control. I mean, a person with a disability, that is super messed up. But what happened and what was not aired is the fact that literally she followed me around the entire day, telling me what I could and could not say. I mean, people crowd around, I would talk to them, I'd make jokes. All of a sudden, she's offended, tells me what I can't say. I mean, I'd be talking to a girl, she'd be 50 feet away, listening. Why is she listening in the first place? Telling me what I can't say. And so it came to a point, and obviously, you know I'm the guy with no filter. I'm going to say the things that I probably shouldn't say. And it came to a point where I was like, you know what? You know, as you've seen, you know, what I said to Jordan Rogers on The Bachelorette. I'm going to take things and I'm going to take them to the max level, and I'm going to say the worst possible thing I can think of to hopefully just shut your mouth so you'll leave me alone. And that's what happened, and I should never have done that, and I do feel bad about that. I definitely should not have said that.
For future reference, that might not be the best approach with women. Maybe you can get away with it with men, but women...
All right, listen, when we come back, we have a back and forth. There's a big surprise guest here. Nobody knows this is coming. Sarah is here. So don't go anywhere. Don't gasp. Come back. They're going to be face to face. Don't move. I'm nervous. There are so many viewing parties right now. Let's check in with Bachelor Nation via Skype. Sean, give these fans a thrill. Say hello to them.
All right, let's start out with the Paradise Fiesta in Miami, Florida. Hey. So tell me, who is your favorite couple so far?
So we're kind of house divided at the moment because we're waiting for Wells to get here. But I'm a fan of Chad and Daniel.
Chad and Daniel, a very popular decision, by the way.
Well, they have the most ads, so you would
I think everybody is. Thank you so much. All right, next, we're going to go to Chicago. Chicago, let me ask you, what are you most excited to see happen this season?
So first of all, I'd like to give a quick shout out to a fellow Canadian, Daniel. I know there's a huge Bachelor following up in Canada. And I think Bachelor Nation's really starting to see how fun us Canadians are. So, Daniel, if you're watching, I'm pulling for you in Mexico, bud.
Hilarious.
Canadian love.
What I'm really excited about is we've been watching everybody together, and we're really excited to see Nick finally find love so that we can stop seeing him in the Chicago bars.
Good luck, Nick.
That's funny.
Thank you so much, guys. All right, lastly, we are going up to Michigan. And she's already enjoying the party. All right, I've got one question for you. Are you Team Chad?
You know what? Well, sorry, Chad, but we are not. Everything that you said during the first episode, you just were not pro women. We just are not big fans of yours. I'm so sorry. I don't know how you can justify what you said to Sarah. I don't know.
I think they speak for a lot of us out there, and we're going to get to that in a minute. So thank you guys so much. Chad, you and Sarah have actually been tweeting at each other after the show aired last week, and I think, Sean, you're going to read some of them.
Yeah, we've got some of those tweets here. So here we go. Sarah started out and said, haven't even seen BIP yet, and I already feel like crying based off what I'm hearing Chad says. Sick to my stomach. To which Chad replied, I should have never, ever, ever said that about Sarah Heron tonight. I was a bleep. I'm disappointed in myself. Sarah then tweets, be mad at Chad, but let's stop bullying and drop the subject. Hashtag she lift. That's Sarah's charity. And Chad then responds, let's be real. Things got crazy last night, but whatever. At least it was hilarious. LOL. Hashtag Bachelor in Paradise.
I feel like he went from like really positive. That's the first time I've ever seen him apologize, and then to that just got knocked off the table. And
I mean, that's a step, and I think we should just bring her out. So everybody, Sarah's here. Make some room and come on out, girl. Slide down. Make room for Sarah, everybody. It's a full house. Make room. Sarah, welcome to After Paradise.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. How did Chad's comments from last week affect you?
It was really hurtful. It was surprising, too. I mean, to, like, hear the things that you said, even in your interviews, was incredibly not unexpected. I didn't think it was as bad as it really was once I watched it play back. and it was painful.
Well, Chad, you have a chance right now in front of America and your peers here to apologize. Is there something you want to say to Sarah?
Yeah, look, I mean, I am sorry. I should absolutely never have said that. I did not want to say anything like that. And when I got home, the first thing that I said was like, you know, I make offensive jokes, but like, thank God I never said anything about that. Because, and I'll let you know, like for the first like 7-8 hours, I honestly didn't even notice. But here's the thing, and like, Sarah is here to promote her charity, SheLift.org. So, you know, it's to help people without, you know, who are born without limbs, and I understand that. But it just annoyed me when you followed me around all night and you kept telling me what I could and could not say. And eventually I snapped and I said something I shouldn't have said. And I apologize for saying what I shouldn't have said. And that was messed up.
Do you accept?
I accept, yeah, thank you. I mean, I think that's what I wanted, was to hear it face-to-face, in person. I mean, I know you apologized on Twitter and on ET, but like, you know a lot of people that have my phone number, and you didn't do anything about it.
Let's not ruin what I thought was a great moment.
It was
I think that was really nice.
Thank you.
Crying. I think
I'm crying for a different reason.
She sobs truly daily, but no. On that note, Chad, take your final sip, and I think we should all say goodbye. Like, leaving a high note, they say. You've been a lot of fun, only slightly less terrifying than I thought you'd be. So please give it up for Chad. Thank you so much for being here. Chad, everyone. Chad's not going to move. Is this part of the thing? I wanted you to take your shirt off in the break.
Trying to.
I think you should get out.
But
I think you should step off. Like, drumline yourself out the door. What do you think?
Little spin move, but I think it's your time to exit here.
All right, we'll have security come in the break. On that note, coming up, an exclusive sneak peek at next week's episode, and we talk favorite couples. But first, here's a deleted scene we like to call Daniel Explains It All, eh?
Last night, this crow flew in that had these nicely pedicured eyebrows, nice crow talons and teeth, wearing a nice crow outfit, Lululemon crow, and swooped in and stole Pigeon Amanda away. Nick was probably not too happy because Eagle Nick had first dibs on Amanda, but the crow came in and took her away, and now they're two birds in a pod.
It's time to talk about our favorite couples. Now, y'all have our Castaway dolls, sponsored by Tom Hanks. Diablo, show us who you're rooting for.
Okay, look, this is in my mind. This would be like the dream pairing. Evan, my man, and the twins, because I think he deserves a threesome at this point.
Like, he has earned it, okay? I'm in the cult of Evan.
I'm kind of in the cult of Boner MD, yeah.
Oh my God. When you put it that way, I'm also in that cult, I'll be honest with you. Jubilee, who'd you pick?
I have Izzy and Vinny.
Oh, yeah, no, they're good too.
You know, we actually haven't brought them up. I feel like Diablo, what do you think of this couple?
I mean, I feel like they're very natural from the beginning. I feel like it's on. Like, I like it.
They both have very, like, laid-back and chill personalities and very fun.
Almost too chill for the show, frankly.
Yeah,
it's good.
Normal.
Yeah.
They're, like, too normal, which is why they'll work.
And I think that's why I like
them. And I love that.
Exactly.
Lacey, who'd you pick?
So I did Chad and Daniel, because definitely. I feel like Daniel's the only one that can protect himself from Chad, and they had that little bromance thing going on for a little bit.
I would pay very good money to see that. I'm just saying that. I mean, really, that would be very exciting.
So in 2 years, you might get to see it.
That's funny. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna gloss over it. Sarah, who'd you pick?
I have Jared and Emily, because I think Jared deserves to find love. And Emily's great. He does.
I hope he figures out who's who, though, right? Because he thinks it's Haley now. Or he's like all...
Does he?
They swapped out or something,
That was,
right?
that's,
Oh, Brandon. Anyways, that happened. Leah, who'd you like out of it? No, Leah, who'd you pick?
Well, I'm definitely Team Amanda, and I think Josh is going to make her very happy. So hopefully, you know, they find love together.
They go to Target together.
Donnie.
Let's go. Sarah and Christian. And let me tell you something. Sarah was on my season of The Bachelor. I spent a lot of time with her. You're so sweet. You deserve someone super nice.
Nice. I'm like dying for her to spoil it for us, but that's okay. Now listen, if you thought this week was intense, just wait. Here's an exclusive sneak peek at Evan's attempts, I can't watch, to break up Josh and Amanda. Please, I can't.
Is there anything you need to tell me? Evan was talking behind my back, trying to make me look bad, because there was a book written that he just found out about, characterizing me in a negative light and talking a lot of lies. And this could be his last night here, so he's obviously trying to talk to people and try to stay and get a rose from somebody. So trying to hurt a relationship that Amanda and I have right now, and we have a very real and genuine connection, I just think is a bit disrespectful.
This is dramatic.
Well, I told Josh not even to talk to Evan about it.
The worst thing is talking behind somebody's back and gossiping. It's not right. If there's an issue with me, or if somebody has any questions, as a man, you should approach another guy and talk to them about something. Don't talk behind their backs.
I hate when people judge me without getting to know me first.
Because you're Evan's biggest fan.
I am.
Possibly only fan. I say that as a joke. Are you rooting for him? Would you hit it?
First of all, I think I've made it abundantly clear that I would. I'm happily taken, but yeah, I would love to. I'd totally get with him. Yeah.
You don't get like minor second-hand embarrassment from him. I watch him like I can't look at
I do, and I relate to it.
Oh man.
Like
we could never be friends. I'd be like Diablo, stop.
Well, sometimes I just want to be like his body armor, you know, like put myself in front of him and like protect him, or be like, don't do that, or.
You want to raise him. I get it.
I think that's
I feel that.
I think that's maybe my problem.
Sean, would you hit it?
No.
Okay.
But not only that, I would tell him, like, hey, let's get you a good haircut. Maybe get rid of the goatee. Let's clean you up a little bit.
He shaves his hair. Oh my God! Thank you for saying that, and I feel it too. And by the way,
take away all his magic and flavor. Why would you do that, Sean?
He is too much flavor. He's like extra Cool Ranch. Okay, now listen. Let's see what you think at home. Which team are you on? Are you on Team Nick, Team Josh, or Team Evan? Leah, which team are you on?
Team Josh.
Why? That's interesting.
I'm Team Amanda, and whatever makes her happy, and it looks to me that they have a really strong connection, and so,
Are you really Team Amanda, girl?
100%.
You are?
She's one of my best friends, yeah.
Okay, Sean, what do you think?
Due to Josh's moaning, I cannot be Team Josh in all good conscience. I actually like a good redemption story. I like that Nick is back, and he seems a lot more likable this go around, so I'm Team Nick.
I like that. Lace.
I'm also Team Amanda because I love her, but I really got to know Nick a lot better through Paradise.
You say that like I'm Confucian. Listen, I'm like, how well did you get to know him? Now listen, 82% of you say you're Team Nick. People love Nick, and I think it's going to have a great season. I'm really excited about it. So Nick, we're going to say goodbye. Thanks so much for watching us tonight. I know the Olympics were on, so really you tuning in means a lot. Sean and I will compete in 4 years in synchronized diving, so keep an eye out for that. I've been training for years. And thank you to all of our castaways, and of course to Diablo for supporting Nick. I mean Evan and all these people. I'm tossing it up. And Sean, thank you. Please come back. See us next